I'm here today talking about packing tape ghosts, which are so fun. They are all over the internet. There are a million different tutorials on how to make them. But I came across some specific issues and I learned some really great tips and tricks that I can pass on to you. So I'm going to be talking to you about how to make them look more realistic, how to give you more versatile and interesting poses for your ghosts, how to make them look a little more artsy and creative, and also how to do them with children, as I'm sure you can imagine could be problematic. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that as well. So the first tip I'm going to give you is do not do your packing tape ghosts from neck to foot, full body. When you do that, the only option you really have is this pose, because nobody can hold a pose that's interesting for longer than about an hour, right? So your model would end up just kind of looking like this. That's why you see a lot of packing tape ghosts that are just going to start very simple with the torso. This is my daughter's torso. So you're going to do neck to right around here. You're going to wrap no arms, just the torso. You're going to go over it first, sticky side up, and then you're going to go back over it, sticky side down. So it's just two levels, 2 layers. That's what it is. So you're going to do torso, then you're going to do arms from shoulder to wrist. If you want to bend in the arm, then have them bend their arm. If you want the arm straight, then have them have a straight arm. You'll do hands separately. You'll do head separately, and never wrap someone's head ever. Just do styrofoam heads. If you're lucky enough to own a mannequin head, that's even better because it has better definition. And then you're going to do each leg, starting at about as high as you can on the thigh to the ankle, and then you'll do each foot, each hand. You will use different tape for each specific body part. So you'll use the main packing tape for arms, legs, and torso, and then you'll use Scotch tape for hands and feet and face. That will get the more like small definition. And I can go into more of that later, but right now I'm just going to talk about what you can do when you do that. I used the duct tape brand packing tape. You need about 3 to 4 rolls for an adult ghost and about 2 rolls for a child ghost. And you can use any brand. I've used dollar store packing tape. So this is a really good brand. It's really strong. But again, I've used all kinds of different brands and they're all good. So they work, they all work. So here are my pieces to put together my ghost. So when you do your body in pieces, you can then arrange them any way you like. So like this is my daughter, she's 4, it's a little girl. So we're going to have her being very playful, doing kind of like a fun little posy pose with one leg up and one leg down and her arms out, kind of balancing. And so I'm kind of on this ledge that's on my courtyard. Because I did it in pieces, I can have her putting her leg back as far as I want. I could do like a ballet type pose. You can get so creative when you have the options. I started thinking about all these amazing things you could do with these ghosts. You could have them, you know, sitting along a ledge. You could have them dancing. You could have them, I thought like levitating, you know, like someone kind of laid back and levitating. And so there's just so much that you can do. I'll show you later the adult ghost that I made out of my own self. I cast myself, and it is really neat because she has so much movement. She kind of looks like she's dancing in the air, and it's because I did it in pieces. So wherever you want it to be, you will then just hold it, tape it there, and just make sure that you have the exact pose that you want. So she's going to have all this shape to her. I want my pose to be really playful, so she's got one leg kind of straight, she's bending forward a little bit, one leg back. You can just
So
have
easy,
simple, just out and down. What's great is that you can have them like right at the side. Bring them up, out, forward, backward, any which way you want. So I kind of want mine straight out, so that's what I'm going to do. Just find where you need it to tape. And then make sure that you tape all the way around. You don't want to leave any holes in your ghosts. So if there are any little openings, be sure you cover them. We're gonna put our feet and our hands on. Pretty easy. All I'm going to show you is how versatile you can be. So again, you have a foot. We could do like a toe point, kind of like a ballet. Do flat. You have it kind of pushed back, especially like on this foot here. Let's get the right foot. Okay. You can have that foot kind of up or pointed. There's just so much you can do. And same with hands. You have your wrists flared, you know, or pointed.
Hey, so as far as hands go, this is what the child hand kind of comes out looking like. I just do it as a mitt. I do the thumb. This isn't even wrapped very well. But I do the thumb, and then I do all 4 fingers together. And then I'll show you how I then make the fingers. So here we have one that has been made. I just simply cut the fingers, and then you can kind of bend them. When they're this small, it just isn't worth individually wrapping the fingers. It's hard to get off of the kids. It's hard to get them to hold still. And so that is what I do. And then for adults, obviously, I wrap each finger, and I use Scotch tape for fingers. And if you wanted to get really detailed and do toes, that's what I'd also use. You can just get a lot closer. So that is how you do that. Just slit and kind of mess with and play and pose. They look really great, especially when they're all lit up. You can see there's a little dimension there. See, and now you have like a nice little hand. It's just from cutting. Just straight lines. That's all it is. Pretty simple. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to wrap a head. This is from a costume, so it's got some interesting little bits added to it, so just don't disregard that. If you have a mannequin heads are great. That's what I'm using, a hard plastic mannequin head. If you don't, you can go and get a foam head from a craft store for around $5. I've even seen them at Walmart. So that is what you can use. So let me show you how to do that. I'm just going to tell you really quickly an overview, and then I'm going to show you. So I have a piece of painter's drop cloth, just a maybe 2.5 feet by 2.5 feet piece. I have some packing tape, and I have some Scotch tape. Now, this is very important. It needs to be the clear kind. Sometimes you get a Scotch tape and you don't even realize that it's got kind of a white finish. I promise you don't want that. I've tried it and it just doesn't look as good. It also doesn't hold as well. So this is what you want, a nice, clear, transparent finish. And I have some scissors right handy. So essentially you're going to cover your face and head in the plastic. You're going to pull it really nice and tight. You're going to go over the face with the Scotch tape. And you can go sticky side down for both coats this time because you have the plastic underneath, so it's going to be easy to cut off. So you're going to go sticky side down twice on the face. You're going to pull really, really tight to try and get all those little nooks and crannies as best you can. And then you're going to do the rest of the head with packing tape, so it'll be nice and strong. So the face is going to be the most delicate part, and it's actually really, really easy. So let's get started. Okay, so now that you have covered your mannequin head completely, twice over, you just want to make sure that it's really tight. You want to make sure that you can see that profile nice and cleanly. You want to see the lips and the nose. You want to see the chin. You also want to feel for any spots that might not have been covered. Make sure you cover them up. You want it to be as close in and tight right there on the eye as possible and on the cheeks. The female heads work well for female ghosts as well as children because the features are a little smaller. And then the male heads that are obviously best for the male ghosts. So you could use the same head for all of them, but if you're wanting to get picky, that's what I found has worked best. Now I'm going to show you how to cut it off. I'm going to start at the back. You're going to go right up the middle, like that, and then we're just going to peel it off. Okay, these were not the right scissors. I should have used something, maybe like hair cutting scissors would have been nice. I don't know. They worked. It's a little jagged of a cut, but it's going to be fine. So I cut up the back because I like to put hair on my ghosts, as I'm going to show you. And so you don't see the back as much. But once you have that hole in the back, see that? You're just going to put it back together and seal it up with tape. Okay, so now you have a nice head all the way around. You've got a nice solid head. You can really see the features. It's nice and see-through. There you go. And there's your head.
Okay, these are the LED lights that I used. Hope you can see that. They are the Holiday Time 30 LED warm white micro lights. They take 3 AA batteries. And they're wonderful. Just one of these is enough for a ghost, especially if you kind of put them in their core. So face and torso is where you kind of want to keep them, just in their middle, in their core, and then they'll kind of radiate light all throughout. If you wanted them to be really lit, you could use a lot more, but one of these for each ghost is definitely plenty.
Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to light your ghosts. You could put as many LED lights as you'd like to into these, but I think that just having them in the face and in the torso is a really pretty spot, because it's kind of right in their core, and then they kind of glow outward. And although it doesn't make the entire extremities glow, I kind of think that's more haunting, because then everything seems a little more see-through, a little more ghostly, really. So I like it just in the face and in the torso, but again, you could put them throughout the arms and legs, however you want. But I would definitely start with the core and right here. And so when you first are making your ghost, you want to start with attaching your head to your torso. And again, you could do any kind of, you could have the head tilted any way you want, tilted down, up, turning. That's another great reason. This is just so fun. You can just really build and create almost like, kind of characters. So what you're going to want to do, here are my lights. You want to find lights like this. Again, I'm using the Holiday Time brand. What I like about them is that they are clear. The wires are very clear. And the lights are very small, and they're a very warm color, like a warm white is what it's called. So what you want to do is, this is your pack. This is what your pack looks like. You want to hide your pack in the back. I like to do it right here, kind of where the bum is. Your ghost's bum. I think it's really fun to poke holes through the eyes and have the eyes definitely be seen. So the first 2 on the strand are going to go through the eyes. And then you're going to just kind of tape them to the walls inside of your ghost, the back, the stomach, just kind of all around, the head on the inside. And so I'm just going to show you that now. I'm also going to show you how to poke the holes. I just have a little tiny screwdriver. I'll show you how to do that, and I'll start doing that now. So just kind of a peek inside. The lights are all secured all along the edges in kind of a zigzaggy way. There's no real rhyme or reason, just all kind of attached throughout the head and the core. So now you're going to put your pack right back here, kind of on the bum of your ghost. And you're going to use the packing tape, you're gonna tape it to the inside, kind of coming around on both sides. You get a nice, make sure it's nice and secure, and so that you'll be able to reach your lights pretty easily. Tip is to add clothing to your ghost. So as you can see, she's a full body ghost, but she also has a dress. And it is made with a painter's drop cloth. Very simple, it's just draped around her and taped on to fit her shape. But it really, really gives a lot of dimension. And at night, it just lights up so great. Okay, so really quickly, I'm just going to show you how to make a little skirt for your ghost. I'm making the little girl ghosts have little skirts. I feel like just having like extra flowing material is going to be really fun. I'm not going to do that for the boys. The only addition they will get is the hair. I'll do a little bit of hair. But so I just rolled out a piece of tape, sticky side up, along this. And you can't really see in this, but this, let's see, this is about twice as long as this. It extends this way. So we're going to gather it and put it on the sticky part. You want to kind of pleat it as you go and just gather it a little bit as you stick it down so that it gets kind of like a little ruffle going. And technically, if you wanted to get really amazing, you could even sew with fishing line and make some incredible garments out of plastic. And that would be pretty awesome. Okay, so now we have that off. And now we have this kind of like little skirt. Just a little ruffle skirt. It's going to go around her waist and give her some dimension. So let me bring her over. So we've got our little ghost girl. We're just now going to put our little skirt on. There we go. Now sticky side down. Just put it around her waist. And now she has this little skirt that will flow in the wind if it's outside and will give lovely dimension, especially with tip I'm going to give is to add hair to your ghosts as well. Especially if they're going to be outside and flowing in the wind, add hair. Now this hair is again made from painter's drop cloth. You could make it as neat and tidy or as flowy and raggedy as you like, but adding that level of dimension gives you another level of realism. Okay, now I'm going to show you just kind of really quickly how to do hair on your ghost. It's really easy. You just get some painter's drop cloth, clear plastic, and I have kind of folded up some. We have a couple layers here, maybe 4 layers. And then I'm just going to show you some examples of what you could do. So you want to fit it around, make sure that you kind of get some in the front for bangs. And then can bring it around to the back. You could do, this is a little girl ghost, so we could do like a ponytail in the back. I think that's what I'm going to do with this one actually. The other one that I have has braids on either side, 2 long braids. So I think this one's going to have a little ponytail. And then what you're going to do is simply, once you kind of arrange it the way you like it, as if you were like pinning it, instead of pinning though, you're just going to tape it. So I can show you what how I'm going to do that now. Hair. So again, there's hair on each of these. This one we did little braids, which when the wind is going, kind of blows in the wind. She's also got a little dress on, just a really simple little skirt, just a piece of that painter's drop cloth that's been pleated and then taped to her. But it adds a dimension that flows and looks so great with the light.